Stating
I'm Carol.
Kara last name.
Oh, Kaya.
Okay, yes, I remember you.
I'm Kristen Bruno.
Kira.
Mariah, I want to take the flowers.
Oh, hi, Mariah. I remember the name from the emails back and forth. Okay, thank you for staying. I think we're,
We have one more.
oh, hi there. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily Atkin?
Thank you.
Akins. I remember you, Emily. Thank you for sticking around. I think we are ready. Okay. So I can go ahead and get started. All right, welcome. This is the very first of our Lunch and Learn series. We figured that for this series that we could kind of go through some of the basics for being a student here at UW. So today we're going to cover a couple of things. Getting familiar, although you should kind of have already started looking around in the myUW Center. And then there is the Student Center, which is going to be your go-to throughout your stay here at UW. And then there's Canvas that we'll watch a little video on, and then we'll talk about getting involved as a student. There are quite a few things that you can get involved in at the school, but also at the university level. All right. So I'm pretty sure that most of you would have already activated your email account. Let me know by show of hands if any of you haven't. I know we had some technical difficulties with that this year for some reason, but your Microsoft email account is also good, not just for email, but for calendar. And there are quite a few other apps that are available to you that might be useful. So definitely spend some time exploring your Microsoft 360 account. There are, once you log into the myUW, which is available on the main school's website, there is a red bar at the top that you go to, and I think it's like the first option. And you click on that, you go to myUW, and it requires you to log in using your net ID. This should already be something that you've at least done a couple of times at this point, because I think you needed it to set up your email. But once you are in your myUW, this is where you have access to your email account, but also something called My Courses. And this is where you can find more information about things related to your courses. If you have your schedule, where your classes will be located, any information about the instructor. I get questions about this a lot, like, who is my instructor? And if that information is in the system, this is where you'll find it. If you want information about where your class is going to be, this is where you'll find it. If you log into myUW, there should be a section, a square that's called My Courses, and that gives you all information related to your class schedule, courses that you're enrolled in while you're in the program. Other tool that's really useful is a Canvas tool. This is Canvas that you should all already kind of be familiar with, because there is where you can find things like syllabi. And if you have classes that will be completely online, that's where you'll also find course materials and things like that. The Student Center is also a really good tool to become familiar with, because this is where you can find information about tuition balances, financial aid information related to your personal information, but also classes. You can add and drop classes through the Student Center app as well. All right, so now we're going to go more into the Student Center. So if you go into Student Center, it should look something like this. Now, I don't have the student version of what this looks like, so I trust that this looks somewhat familiar to you, because this is what the Do It Center has on their website for the student version of Student Center. But I wanted to point this out because there are quite a few things that you can do here, and I get student questions about these kinds of things all the time. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of all the things that you can do in Student Center. So the academic records piece is super important. For various reasons, students need transcripts, maybe official or unofficial, but you can actually request those yourself. You can apply for things like graduation, that might be a little ways out for the folks that are starting our four-year program, but this will be where you will go to do that. If you need enrollment verification, sometimes for employment reasons or other reasons you need to say that you are a student and you are enrolled in classes, you can go there as well. Anything related to your financial aid disbursement, you can find under the financial account tab in Student Center. This is really a good place for all things financial aid. Also, if you have questions, particularly about financial aid, I always encourage students to directly go to the financial aid office just because things change rapidly in that world, and I want to make sure you get the most up-to-date, accurate information about that stuff. So some other things I want to make sure that you are aware of. This piece I want to point out just because we're coming into the fall semester and you do have the ability to apply for fall competition applications. And this is where you would be able to do this through the WISH system. This is available through your student center. So just kind of make a mental note of this one as well. So some other things that you can do in your student center, I get this question a lot. If you have holds on your account that weren't put on by the advisor, sometimes the bursar's office might put on a hold, sometimes other departments might put a hold on your account. You can actually go into your student center, look on the, I think it's the right-hand side, there's a section that's called holds, I believe, and then you can click on the hold and see the department that put the hold on and how to release that hold. Usually they'll put the number of that department. You can call them and talk to them about what needs to happen before you can get that hold removed.
Latoya, can you tell them what a hold is?
So a hold is, it's kind of like a flag to get students' attention. Hey, something hasn't been done, so we're gonna prevent you from enrolling in classes perhaps, or accessing your academic records. So until that, whatever that is has been done, you will not be able to do certain things in the system. So that's what a hold is. Oftentimes students will connect with me because they can't enroll. They can't enroll because there's a hold on their account for various reasons. Another important thing to be aware of for Student Center is that you can actually update your contact details. So like if, for instance, maybe your last name changes, you can update that in here. Your email address, although that your personal email address is linked to your list account. If your phone number changes or your mailing address changes. And then I'm not sure if many students are aware, but you can actually limit the access of your personal data being released to the public for various things. So the university is able to release very, very general types of data about students at the program. However, if you want to have a higher level of privacy, you can go into Student Center and adjust those settings accordingly to based on what your situation might be and what your level of privacy might be needed. All right, so now we're going to talk about We're going to talk about Canvas. This is a quick video that just kind of goes through where to find various things in that platform. So
You can learn how to navigate dash courses and global navigation menu. When you log into Canvas, the first thing you see is the dashboard, which displays a high-level overview of your current courses. The dashboard can be displayed in 3 different viewing options. Card view displays a course card for each of your favorite courses. Each card can include clickable icons for assignments, announcements, discussions, and files. List view displays an agenda view of graded items from your courses, as well as any non-graded items your instructors designate for a course to-do list. You can also add your own items to the agenda. Recent activity view displays a stream of recent notifications from all your courses, including announcements, conversations, assignments, discussions, and peer reviews. You can also access the course grades page from the course card and recent activity views by clicking the View Grades button. The grades page displays grades for all of your courses. To view grade details for a specific course, click the name of the course. To view a course, click the courses link in global navigation and click the name of the course you want to view. The course opens to the home page set by your instructor. You can use the course navigation links, breadcrumb navigation, or the sidebar to navigate to different areas of the course. The sidebar includes a to-do list that displays links to announcements and other items that require action in your courses, such as assignments, quizzes, discussions, and pages. If your course includes student groups, you can view a list of your groups in course groups. Click the group name to view the group homepage. View recent assignment feedback and recent feedback. Click the assignment name to view feedback in the submission details page. Canvas displays a global navigation menu that gives you direct access to your courses and other areas of Canvas. Click the account link to log out of Canvas, specify your notification preferences, upload and view personal files, modify your user settings, manage e-portfolios, obtain a QR code to log into the student app, view global announcements, and enable a high contrast user interface. Click the dashboard link to return to the Canvas dashboard. Click the courses link to quickly access your favorite courses and view a list of all your courses. Click the groups link to access groups in which you are enrolled or view a list of all your groups. Click the calendar link to view your personal calendar and course calendars. Click the inbox link to view and send messages to your instructors and peers within Canvas. Click the history link to view a list of course content and content areas you have viewed within the last 3 weeks. Click the help menu to access help resources for your institution. Thanks for watching this Canvas overview video. To learn more about Canvas, ask questions, or engage with other Canvas users, please visit community.canvaslms.com.
All right, and to kind of wrap, this is the, yes. So we encourage students to get involved with student organizations that are available through our school. There are quite a few on the website listed. The student union being one of the lead organizations. So if you're interested in getting involved while you're here as a student, we encourage you to go check that page out. And Angela is just going to talk a little bit more of something that we have started recently called the peer mentorship program that you might be interested in getting involved in.
Latoya. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Willits. I'm the director of the part-time MSW program. And I think, do we have someone joining us on the Zoom call? Hi on Zoom. So yeah, as Latoya mentioned there, you know, as a student at the university, you have access to all sorts of student groups and student orgs. And then there are ones housed specifically in social work. We have a few different student orgs. A super active one is our social work student union that we love for. We have a bunch of part-time program students who are really active and really leaders of the student union right now. But we also have other student groups like the LGBTQ plus and allies group. We have a coalition for students of color and a few other that are jumping out of my head right now. But yeah, as Latoya said, there's a new initiative that the Social Work Student Union is launching this year, and it's a peer mentorship program. So the idea is that students who are new to the program, like year one students, could be mentees that are paired with someone in the program that's further along in the program. So for example, in the part-time program, a year one student might be matched with a year three student mentor. And you can go to that person via email or Zoom meetings, or if you're comfortable in-person meetings, to ask questions about things pertaining to being a student in the program. So it's a really cool, we think, cool resource that our social work student union is trying to put in place for our sort of newer students as they, come in and move through the program. And then for students who serve as mentors, who are farther along in the program, they get the opportunity to, practice some of those kind of, guiding skills or advising skills. They get to interact with students earlier in the program, share some of their gained knowledge and expertise. So it's a really cool effort that we're hoping we get enough students interested in being mentees, but also mentors. So you would have received an email about the student mentorship program, but as the semester continues to get underway, they're going to continue to send out reminders for students with the email link where you can sign up to be a mentor or a mentee. Yeah,
I think that is the slide. I think everyone should have received that email. It came from the global social work announcements. But I do believe as we go through the fall semester, they'll be sending more emails out, particularly about that program. So this here is just a overview of some of the student orgs that we have in the School of Social Work. This page is actually on our website. If you go there and search student organizations, this page should come up. Like Angela was saying, our social work student union is one of our active student orgs at the school, and that actually has the ability to attend our the school meetings and has the voting.
Yeah, one person from the social work student union is nominated to represent the union at all school meetings each month, and they get a vote. So if we're making, let's say, a major curricular change, we have to approve that through a vote process in the school, and the student union representation gets a vote in that process.
So if you'd like to have a say in what happens at the school while you're a student in the program, I really encourage you to check out this social work student union. And we're at the end of our presentation. I didn't want to be too detailed with all the student stuff, but I just wanted to know if there were any questions, if anyone had any issues getting access to Canvas or any of the other things that we talked about today. Like I said, I know a couple students had issues just activating WISC, so no.
Any questions? No questions coming in online?
No.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our inaugural Lunch and Learn, which is a whole series that we're going to be doing on the odd numbered weeks of the semester in this room. So every week you're here for class, we'll be doing it in this room after class. So 2 weeks from now, the topic is social work and self-care, which is an area of professional and personal interest to me. So I'm presenting on that topic and have a talk where I sort of touch on what I use in self-care in social work practice and offer ideas to students for how you care for yourselves as you do this work. So that's what's coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I really encourage students to attend this training because this is something that's kind of newer to social work programs, talking about self-care this early on in the program. So I think it's really a good idea to start thinking about this as new students, because to be able to have a long, successful career in social work, I think that'll be really important. So, all right, thank you so much for staying, and I hope to see you at the next Lunch and Learn.
Yeah, thank you.